good morning everyone. It's almost noon. I have had a dickens of a time finding some place to film this morning. I'm actually in an empty meeting room where they normally have meetings and stuff. This is the only place I could find to film that didn't have any people, didn't have any music. Our room has not been made up yet this morning. By the time the kids got out of there, well, Ben especially got out of there, it still hadn't been made up, and I didn't want to be sitting there because I really want him to make up our room. I'm really frustrated because I haven't even been out on our balcony since the first day of the cruise. Because Megan's bed blocks our access to the balcony until he makes up the room, and then he puts the bed back out again while we're at dinner, there's only a short few hours in there where we can actually get to the balcony. And that's usually the time when we're busy doing other activities. So I'm really disappointed with that, and that's definitely been one of the worst things about this cruise that I haven't liked. Okay, but today we're just scenic cruising, and we're going to Hubbard Glacier. We're going to get there this afternoon. I'm excited about that. It's a very big glacier, and it's one of the few glaciers that's actually still advancing. It's not in retreat like a lot of glaciers are. We have an appointment at 3:45 to get pictures taken on deck 9 in front of the glacier, so I'm excited about that. We do have a lot of really nice pictures that we've taken, and another frustration I have from this cruise is that there's no unlimited photo package, and it's very expensive. 5 pictures is $100 and 10 pictures is $189, and we already have well more than that we really want to keep, that we've taken nice pictures. Let me tell you what we've done so far today. I got up about a little before 9 and I went and got some breakfast, and then I stopped in the shop because Ben needs a new toothbrush. I'm almost out of floss, and I need more ibuprofen. They did not have any ibuprofen in the shop, so that was very frustrating. They only had acetaminophen. So I don't know what I'm going to do because acetaminophen doesn't really work for the pain that I've got right now in my glute and my ankle and stuff. So, and my dad says he only has like 5 pills, and that's not going to last me very long at all. So anyway, that's frustrating. And then we all kind of met up. I was in there first, then Megan came, and then my dad and Andrew came right at the end. John the naturalist was giving a talk in the world stage in the main theater on fire and ice, so all about like the geological things that make up this region, plate tectonics, earthquakes, volcanoes, and glaciers, in anticipation of us going to the glacier today. So that was very interesting. It was very, very full. There were a lot of people in there, and so that was a very popular talk. And then before that, Andrew had gone to a talk this morning, which I'm really bummed I missed. He said it was a 3rd officer. It was a woman, and she did like a Q&A about working on a ship, and he told me some of what she talked about, and I'm really disappointed I missed that. I didn't even see that on the schedule, or I just didn't catch that that's what it was. And so, because I would have really enjoyed that. I've gone to something like that before, and I really would have liked to hear that, so I'm bummed I missed that, but I'm glad he got to go. And then he and my dad played pickleball and that's why they were late to the talk. And then it started to rain, but it's really nice and clear outside and sunny right now. Let me show you. That's what it looks like outside right now. And it's pretty calm seas. So after the talk, we went to make sure Ben got out of the room. And now everybody's up in the crow's nest playing board games until we're going to meet for lunch at 12 o'clock. I just had a really nice talk with John the naturalist about some of the sea life we saw yesterday in Juneau on our whale watching tour. And he was telling me what some of the things we can expect to see when we get to the glacier this afternoon. So that was really interesting. He did confirm, though, that the thing that Andrew and Ben saw the day before that was a dead whale. So that's kind of a bummer. He didn't want to, advertise that, but he's hoping that's not the norm because he thinks it probably got killed by a boat strike.
Every birthday. Happy birthday. We love Papa. Lots of hugs and kisses.
Ben got the cauliflower, which none of us have gotten yet. And Andrew got the tacos, which are pretty much gone, which none of us have gotten yet. Megan got the soup again. I'm getting spring roll like I do every day. What'd you get, Papa? The spring roll? Yeah, you got the spring roll.
I'm expecting a topping on the outside.
Megan got the omelet.
That's how it works.
We were just saying that the scenic side was on the side away from our balcony, and then I said, oh wait, I spoke too soon. Look at this coming up. It's getting really pretty now. It's also very cold.
It ain't that bad.
It's not too bad?
3 seconds later.
It is, by the way, Megan's birthday. She is 19 today. What? Oh.
Yeah, you did speak too soon.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
There's ice down there.
Is a glacier.
Oh yeah, you're right. We're getting chunks of ice in the water now. And we're saying that that is a glacier. And did I mention that I saw one yesterday? The Hubbard? Hubbard.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Herbert.
Herbert.
Herbert Glacier.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. And so these are, we zoomed in and these are chunks of ice out here in the water. All right, the kids went back up to the crow's nest to play some more board games. They played Battleship before lunch, just to kill some time until we get to the Hubbard Glacier. We're getting into some really scenic area now with ice in the water and everything, and really beautiful snow-capped mountains. So, but we still have about 45 minutes or so until we're gonna get to the glacier. So I thought, since I'm alone in the room, I would sit down and talk to you guys about a couple things that you might want to consider or that you should be aware of with a cruise, either on Holland America or to Alaska or on this ship. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to bring up is we've noticed, especially at lunch today at lunch was definitely the worst. We can't quite figure out if they're short-staffed or if they just don't staff as many servers and stuff in the dining room, and maybe also the galley. Service in the dining room is slow. Service is very good. I mean, like, they're very friendly and very nice and efficient and respectful and polite and everything, but it took us an hour and a half to eat lunch today. First of all, they brought Ben the wrong starter, and so they had to replace that. That they replaced pretty quickly. But then neither Ben nor Megan liked their main dish today, and so they both requested something else. And so, I mean, it didn't take a terribly long time, but it did take some time for them to come and bring them the other dish that they asked for instead. And just something that we noticed, especially in relation to our last cruise, which was on the Disney Magic in March, the service just is not as quick or as attentive as they were on Disney. And we were saying that on Disney, it's almost like our servers are only responsible for maybe like 4 tables. And they're basically like, as soon as you would look up, they'd be right there. They'd be right there finding out what do you need, how can I help you? And they'd just be, it's almost like they're just watching you eat, like waiting to anticipate your needs. I mean, I know they're not doing that, but it definitely seems like they're more attentive and more efficient on Disney and even on Royal Caribbean on the last couple of cruises that we've been on. I mean, Holland America still does a very nice job and the service is good. It's just that we've noticed that the service, it's pretty lengthy process in the dining room for meals, you know, so you really have to kind of, but I mean, even at lunch, it's taking like an hour and a half. That's just something that is kind of interesting to us, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, so it's just something to be aware of. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about is the kids and I were just discussing, and I had been thinking about it for a while now, and Megan and Ben just agreed with me. We're kind of confused as to why my dad wanted to go to Alaska so badly. Because now that we're here, he doesn't seem interested in it at all. And they totally know what I'm saying because they feel that way too. It's almost as if he just wanted to check it off his list. Like he just wanted to say he'd been to Alaska. And I guess I'm a little frustrated because this has turned out to be a very expensive trip for me. I mean, with everything, even going with the less expensive cruise, we were originally booked on Discovery Princess, and that was going to be very expensive, and you know, changing things and trying to get things down. When you add up all the additional costs of all the travel and everything that goes along with it, I'm spending more than $12,000 on this trip. It's an expensive trip. Going to Alaska is expensive, especially on a cruise. And I guess I'm just thinking, like, if all my dad wanted to do was say he'd been to Alaska, there's a lot less expensive ways that he could have done that. I mean, he could have just flown here, you know, spent one day walking around or something and then flown back. I mean, and I guess we're just kind of confused, and this is what we mean. He doesn't seem interested in it at all. He doesn't want to go to any of the activities or any of the enrichment programs. He has gone along with us to a couple of them, but I think the only reason he's gone to them is because we were going too. I mean, we were going there already, so he just like tagged along with us, but he hasn't gone to the majority of them like we have. He has no interest in going out and listening to John the naturalist talk about any of the wildlife. He didn't have any interest at all in hearing about our excursion yesterday, going whale watching or to see the sea lions or the lighthouse or anything like that. He didn't even really seem interested in like learning about Juneau. I mean, he went for a little while, like I showed in the video yesterday, but he was more concerned with like buying his candy that he wanted to get than actually like, you know, because I suggested things he could have done. I said there's the Museum of Alaska, or you could do this or you could do that. And so unless I'm initiating the activity and we're just like kind of dragging him along with us, he doesn't seem to be making any effort to actually do any activities in the ports, and definitely doesn't want to spend any money on them. Even like the scenery, we were saying, he doesn't even seem that interested in looking at the beautiful scenery. Like when we were all like, every time we like see something out the windows, even when we're eating a meal, we're like, oh, look at that. And me and all three kids are turning and looking and talking about it. And my dad's just sitting there looking at his plate or whatever. And yesterday we were all walking around the promenade deck and we were looking at the view, at the scenery. That's one of the reasons we like walking around the promenade deck. My dad was more interested in talking to Andrew, and he was just looking at Andrew, and he wasn't looking at what was off the ship. Part of me also is concerned. I really think my dad still needs new glasses, and I am a little concerned that he's not seeing things because he may need new glasses. My mom had just talked to him about this too. I also noticed he asked me to take a picture of him and Megan at lunch today. His camera quality on his phone is terrible. Like, I don't know if something's broken or it needs to be cleaned or whatever, but all of his pictures are going to be fuzzy. So that's kind of concerning too. And I am going to make a video. A lot of things have come up with this about traveling with a senior citizen, because I'm not trying to diss my dad or anything, but these are things that you need to be concerned with and maybe pay attention to, because it's actually been kind of a distraction for me. I can't tell if he's enjoying himself. I'm having a difficult time determining if he's having a good time. And so that's kind of stressing me out. And it's actually kind of taking away from my enjoyment of the cruise. And so that's something you want to consider, and I'm going to make a separate video. So make sure you're subscribed and watch for that video, because a lot of things have come up that's made this kind of a difficult, challenging process to travel with my dad at this point. I mean, we used to travel a lot when I was younger, you know, as a kid and even into my 20s. But now that he's the age he's at, he's in his 80s and I'm 50, and a lot of issues have come up that you might run into too if you try to travel with senior grandparents or parents or something like that. And so I definitely think it's something that's worth discussing. I just want to make sure that everybody's having a really positive time and that we're having the best possible experience that we can. And so these concerns that come up with my dad are something that are kind of bothering me, because they're not only are they distracting and stressful to me and kind of taking away from my enjoyment, but they're also concerns of mine because I want to make sure he's not missing out on things and stuff like that. There is a lot of ice out here now. This is really cool. Oh wow. The captain has really slowed the ship down because there's a lot of ice in the water. See it right up. There's some pretty big chunks. Oh, there's the glacier. That is the Hubbard Glacier, I'm assuming. Right in front of us. Look at all the ice that's in the water in front of it. Wow. This is beautiful. Okay, this might be my favorite thing so far. One more thing about my dad. He's spending a lot of time on the cruise just sitting in his room. He's spending a lot of time in his room, and what he's doing in his room is, one, either sleeping, which that's understandable, especially if you're tired, but also watching TV. he's spending a lot of time watching sports and movies on the TV in his room. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever turn the TV on in my stateroom or my cabin on a cruise. I don't even ever turn the TV on in hotel rooms. So I guess my point kind of is, if you're gonna go to someplace really amazing like this on a cruise, and you don't ever plan on leaving your room or taking full advantage of the scenery or the shore excursions or the opportunities in port or the activities on board, the entertainment, the recreation, the enrichment activities, if you don't plan on taking full advantage of those things, then maybe doing that cruise isn't right for you, because I feel like you're kind of wasting your money if you're not going to take full advantage of those things. So that's something to consider if you're considering a cruise like this.
Turned, you know. There it is, right there.
I'm going to plug my phone in.
Okay.
I'll do right now. Well, I think, yeah.
Get some pictures. Oh my.
A bunch of people are coming back as I'm heading to the bell. I asked, why is everybody coming back? And they said the soup. Dutch split pea soup today. The captain is turning the ship to port, and so I can't see it from my balcony anymore, so I'm coming out here. A lot of people out here. Oh my goodness, look down there. Hey, Dina. Hi.
Saw something dive.
Bengo. Look at his sunglasses.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, he went to get your sunglasses. Okay, Megan just pointed out.
It might not be a cave. It might just be
Zoom in over here.
Rock, but there's
like a cave or something over there. And I just noticed, look at the bottom of the glacier kind of on the right. There's like horizontal stripes of blue and dark, like almost black. And I'm sure that's like layers of sediment and ice. It's kind of cool. That's got to be old.
Is it better up there?
Imagine how old that is. I'm also trying to find my dad because he said he was coming out here. You found him?
He's right there.
Where?
He's right there.
Oh.
It's like, where's Waldo?
Oh,
Where's
there he
the
is.
man in the brown coat?
Oh, look at him trying to get a shot. How do we get his attention? Somebody want to go down there and get him?
I can go get him.
Okay, go get him.
There are too many people. He'll get a better shot.
Yeah, tell him to come up here. Here, spread out. Save this spot.
How do you put sunglasses on with a hat?
Put the sunglasses on first and then the hat. Look how reflective it is.
Yep.
It's so pretty. Let me take a picture of you.
How does it go, like, what?
It calved. It dropped a big chunk of ice. See right there?
No.
How are you not seeing that? I can hear it.
I'm seeing it.
Just calved right there. See, there it is again. There is calving, see?
I see nothing.
Look.
Okay, I can see it. See, I'm making it calf
Dang it.
because I'm talking so loud, okay? You're welcome.
Now I feel bad because Megan's missing it. So you can hear it fall into
Well, the more I
water.
talk, the more it'll calf.
You can hear it fall into the water. It's a loud boom.
Square thing. It's like dirty.
It's sediment. It's dirt that it pulled down from the mountains when it came down and it calved off and now it's floating in the water.
No, not in the water. I'm on the very top.
Where?
See this wire?
Yeah.
Go all the way across to the top of the glacier.
Any dark pieces you see are going to be chunk of rock and soil that the glacier brought down as it scraped down the mountain. Really wondering if we're going to hit that. That's kind of a big chunk right there.
That's what sent the Titanic to the bottom of the sea.
I know.
Well, we're not that far from the coast, so it's like right there.
You want to swim in this water?
Probably
Oh,
not.
feel that?
Yeah, feel it. We hit it.
Why did we hit it? I don't like that.
Well, it was right
Oh,
over here.
son, you don't have connection either.
Yeah, it hasn't been working. Okay, Maggie, watch, because that's us scraping against the side of it. That's fun.
Oh, that's why the paint was on the side.
Yeah, it's scraping the ice. You hear it?
Please make it stop.
It's like the THX intro.
We're totally scraping against it. Oh my.
Oh, we're sinking.
There it goes. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go,
yeah.
calving again.
Big one. See that?
It usually does a couple in a row, honey, so keep watching. It's such a pretty day. I'm so glad it's sunny today.
This is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, this is really neat.
This is
Andrew's getting his traditional Dutch split pea soup. He's down there in the bright red pants. You can't miss him.
Ferrari.
Yeah, he's wearing his Ferrari pants. And he got,
Wearing St. Thomas socks.
yeah, he's wearing an entire Ferrari outfit that he got in Rome. No, I'm not making this up.
Did you see it that quick?
He should really come up here. You can see better from up here.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
He'll squeeze in there. Watch him. Watch him work his way up there.
maybe not.
Okay, never mind.
He's tall. He's taller than everybody down there.
It's much better than
We're on Route 11.
Yeah,
it keeps getting bigger.
we realize now, look how far it goes off to the right. And also, there's a second glacier over here. Coming down this valley.
What's the temperature?
Cold.
Where?
It's
That's
not.
us scraping ice.
Can you see?
We're either scraping ice or that's the engine.
Please answer me. Can you see?
Where? Yeah, I can see over your head. Just push this thing down.
We're getting really close now. It's really tall. When you get really close, you realize how tall it is.
It looks like a jawbreaker. You know, like the inside of one.
Yeah.
There's more. It's blue. There he is.
Whoa.
Oh.
So we all have to say whoa.
Oh, that was loud.
Our water bottles.
This section right above that stripey area is really active. Look, there it goes again. Yeah, look at that. Oh, ooh. Oh my. Oh, look at the water.
Oh, look at that one.
Oh!
You know, there's some whoa.
Can you see that?
Yeah,
I can see
he's-
that.
Oh my gosh. Look at the wave. Look at it's
That's
good.
why you wait.
Yep, it's going to come towards us. Watch the water wave towards us.
How does it collapse in the first place? Like, I mean, I know one can make another collapse. Like,
Because there's force pushing from behind it. So it's, you know, like, yeah.
so it's not like the shift or the rotation.
No. It's force of the ice getting pushed against behind it coming down.
So the girl was at the
Okay, I'm not going to take the camera with me, but we're going to head up to deck 9 aft on the port side now, which is going to be facing the glacier, because we have an appointment to take pictures in front of the professional pictures in front of the glacier. Yeah, that's definitely a second glacier. Yeah, Dad was saying you can really see how tall it is now because we're on deck 9 all the way to the top of the ship. And you can see it going up over the top of the ship. So it's really high. We're having our private photo shoot right now. And look at the scenery we have for this. This is great. Okay, we're done with our photo shoot. That was really fun. The photographer was great. And that's going to be a separate thing than the packages that we buy for the regular photos. And he said he's got to edit them first because he wants to make the colors more vibrant. And then he's going to invite us for a special viewing. We took a couple of photos on our own. This background is so beautiful, but in the photos it looks fake. Ben and I just came in this door and found all these are like first visits that the ship has gotten for when they visited ports for the first time. Boston. Here's from the shipyard. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. The Virgin Islands. But we don't really know where we are.
We're on deck 11.
We're on deck 11 and like...
No, we're on deck 10.
We're under the sports court, I can tell that. This is what I wanted to show before. See how close the ice gets, and we do bump into it and we hit pieces, and some of the pieces we hit are kind of large and you can actually hear the ice scraping against the ship. This is where we're headed now. And that is the glacier. We got really close to it. Looking at the pictures now that I took earlier today, when we first went out on the bow and stuff, I didn't even realize how far away we still were. We got really close. It was really cool. This is the most amazing thing any of us have ever seen. It's absolutely beautiful. Night after we get out of this, like this bay or this channel, we do have to get back out into open water because it's a long way to get to Sitka, where it's just where we are tomorrow, and we're gonna have to go pretty fast, and so it's probably gonna be very rough seas again. So that's something you need to be aware of when you come to Alaska. When you're out in the open ocean, and I think a north-southbound crossing would be especially true, the ship has to go really fast and the seas get very rough. We're at dinner now. It's Megan's birthday dinner. And we are quite quickly cruising away from the glacier. Tonight's dinner is the culinary collection. We don't know what they had last night because we didn't eat here. Andrew got the pineapple spears. Grandpa and I both got the crab cake. Megan got the asparagus bisque, right?
Zucchini bisque.
Zucchini bisque. And Ben also got the pineapples. That's a lot of paprika.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. This isn't what I was expecting. Kids got chicken.
Chicken and gnocchi, but there were like 2 pieces of gnocchi.
Yeah, and Dad and
Yeah. Do you only have one?
I have one of them.
Andrew got steak. Okay, Megan got 2 desserts: the strawberry pavlova, the hazelnut mousse cake.
Any coffee, ma'am, sir?
No, thank
Any
you.
coffee?
No.
I will see for you, yeah?
And the boys got, what is it, Andrew?
It's some sort of chocolate puff pastry.
Okay.
It looks like a cream pop.
Okay.
Grab the hand only, okay? Yeah, only grab the hand and I will speak with our language. Serta mulia, panjang umurnya, panjang umurnya, panjang umurnya, serta mulia, serta mulia, serta mulia. So very good. You want me to share or?
Do you want this one?
Sure.
It's carrot.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, turn it around so I can take a picture.